You certainly don't need to have it hanging out there for a couple months.
And that's the end of it. That's it. So I didn't see anything. We read every section of that.
I'm still confused why everyone's pissed off.
And we have a table full of varying political opinions.
Right.
And all of us agree there's nothing wrong with that. So that means that there's nothing wrong with that. And anybody that says there is full of shit. I'm talking to you, Ben and Jerry's, and Delta, and fucking MLB, and Coke, and any of you other cocksuckers that keep trying to fucking race bait. You're full of shit and you're fucking wrong. Stop it.
This panel is very
diverse
on how we feel and see, but no. We read every section that people have a problem with, and I didn't see.
To me, it seems like they're taking Georgia from the fucking mess that they were and bringing them up to standards.
Yeah, like the standards everybody else has, like Ross said. And buttoning down, closing loopholes. I don't see a problem with any of this.
These motherfuckers who were saying Jim Crow 2.0, number one, that's just a buzzword. Mm-hmm. Number two, you need to fucking go back and read your history books.
Well, that makes me mad.
You need to look up these fucking Jim Crow laws. Those were legitimate shit laws, and they were in the South, and it was an embarrassing fucking time for us.
It was ugly, and it was not...
This doesn't have anything to do with black people or white people or anybody's ability to do anything. It sets clear delineations on where the law is, and there's plenty of fucking time to get your vote cast if that's what you want to do.
I'm going to read some of the comments.
We need to hurry it up, though. We're over an hour. Sorry, I got off on a little tangent there. But shit like that bothers me. You know, it's like, goddamn it, quit screaming racism when there's not any.
Somebody says, and this comment is a Times pick, so I guess...
Like the magazine?
Well, like New York, because the article's in the New York Times.
Oh, gotcha.
The constitutionality of this law is suspect and has been challenged. I don't understand that. Why? Like, literally, I did not read anything on here...
I've been so confused
that is different from my... what I've experienced every time I voted as an adult my whole life.
Here's the thing. They'll say bullshit like that, but can't back it up with any fucking fact at all.
Well, I'll tell you what's going on.
You know, if you were to ask them, what exactly is constitutionally questionable? Oh, if you don't know, you're the problem. Fuck off and eat a bag of dicks.
Well, that's just like that. Literally, some jackass will title an article Jim Crow 2.0
because it's catchy.
Nobody will read the fucking article. They'll read the headline and then make up shit in their mind about how they think it is.
I mean, like yes, everybody should be allowed to vote if you have your voting rights. Absolutely,
hands down. And if you can't make that happen in 78 fucking days, you don't need to vote.
Well, the thing is, if you can't make it happen in 78 days, you're either like in the hospital and can't get out, in which case you're not going to be able to vote anyway.
Yeah, and at that point you need to
coma.
Yeah, and at that point you need to be worrying about recovery, not worrying about.
We know what happens there.
Yeah, you don't need to be worrying about who's.
But what I'm saying is,
vote is being cast.
Obviously everybody needs their voice to be heard.
Yeah,
but part of that is making sure that your voice is heard equally with my voice. And I don't see anything in here.
What they've done is they've tightened them down where it's harder to commit fraud. Because everything, or not everything, but most of the things
we
that you read...
talked about,
we're just, okay, let's rein this in a little bit. Everything's still...
Or let's just... define things that didn't have a
solid definition.
Yeah.
What company pulled out of Georgia and went to Colorado or something?
Major League Baseball.
So what are the voting rights in Colorado?
They're more strict than that. Actually, in Colorado, they're almost identical because I saw a side-by-side comparison.
Telling you,
what companies pulled out of Georgia?
Major League Baseball pulled the World Series or the All-Star game. Delta decided to throw their head in.
I'll tell you what, where they've lost a lot, 57 TV and film projects.
That's what I'm saying. I mean,
Yep.
Because Georgia's a big bad place now or something. I don't know.
I don't get it.
And they don't either.
All they're doing is taking all of these jobs.
Oh, we need the citizens of Georgia that depend on these jobs.
Yep.
They're not helping anything.
You want to talk about what is detrimental to the black community in Georgia? That. Moving those fucking jobs. Because most of the Decatur, is it Decatur County that is Atlanta, or is it?
No, it was another county.
Fulton
County
is 50% black. These jobs that they're fucking pulling out.
You're taking literal livelihood away from people.
You're taking money off of these people, out of these people's wallets. You're taking food off of their plate. I guarantee you. As a matter of fact, I saw a thing. Nobody in Georgia that these motherfuckers interviewed had any problem with the laws. Not one of them. They did probably 20 or 30 people. Everybody was like, yeah, it's fine, whatever.
Well, I like it.
But this bullshit, this has consequences. That has economic consequences. And, these people, some of these guys could wind up in the fucking unemployment line or on welfare or whatever else because some fucking billion-dollar company wanted to get
industries.
woke. Yeah.
It's not just like mom and pop, these are industries that are now...
Well, but think about the mom and pop stores that relied on all of that traffic, foot traffic, economic traffic from the Major League Baseball shit.
Yeah, it's going to hurt everyone.
The amount of tourism because of the film industry, because Walking Dead filming there, and that's made up since they started filming there. All kinds of projects have come, and that's like a huge tourism draw. And I just don't get it. Like, I've never understood the whole that it's a hardship to have to provide your ID.
It's not. And anybody that says it is a fucking idiot.
Well,
you tell me, you know what? I'll even accept personal messages on Facebook with this answer. You tell me what you can do legitimately as an adult, and it does not require a photo ID because you can't get a fucking job, you can't get welfare,
you can't buy beer.
You can't drive a car, you can't get insurance on anything, you can't lease anything, you can't buy cigarettes, you can't buy alcohol,
can't buy spray paint because you have to be a certain age.
You can't buy any paint.
I couldn't buy my allergy medicine before we came here.
Can't buy Sudafed, can't buy a vape. What the fuck can you do? Can't join the military.
Yeah.
So what exactly are you doing that's so goddamn important that you don't have to have an ID?
Well, I don't understand.
I mean, why the fuck?
Who are these people that don't have IDs?
Exactly. And you know what? You need a state-issued ID card?
Probably criminals.
You need a state-issued ID card. It's $5 fucking.
No, they probably have a whole selection of them.
And you know what? I bet you could get it for free.
But that's when I actually, like, your driver's license is $30, but if you're just getting an ID, it's $5.
Yeah.
And that, it's just as valid. It just doesn't allow you to drive.
Yeah, it's a state-issued ID card.
I don't understand, like, literally, I've never met anyone that doesn't have an ID.
No, and the guy that was...
Dylan has never driven. He has a state ID.
The guy, he had to get across the fucking border.
Well, and he had to vote. He had
Alexis
to...
has a state ID.
Yeah.
The guys that they taught... I say guys, it was men and women. That they were asking in Georgia. The first thing the guy said was, do you have an ID?
And they're looking
and every one of them was like, yeah.
You can't even check out a library book without an ID.
Yeah, and he said... When is the last time have you ever done anything where you've been asked for that ID? Yeah, I bought a pack of smokes earlier. Today? Yeah.
Every day.
Did you have a problem showing them your ID? No, because I wanted the cigarettes. I mean,
there's a handy little pocket in my wallet.
Is that the same one? Like, do you know where the DMV is?
No, actually,
that was in New York.
That was a different one, and it was in New York. Yeah,
and the people were like,
was like,
because that one they
if you didn't know where it was. How would you be able to find out?
Because that was a couple of years ago, and they had gone.
I love that because they're all looking at him like, "What is wrong with you?"
They had gone to Berkeley and asked all these uppity white fucking people.
To me, that's insulting. The fact that they really think that they're not smart enough, that these people, just because they're poor or maybe they're brown.
That part of the video was disgusting.
These people weren't poor.
But they're assuming.
That's what they're thinking. Oh, they're poor and they're black, and
they're not smart enough. That's so disgusting.
They don't know where things are.
One of them actually said that they don't have the.
I saw that.
How did she word it? She said
they don't have access to the technology.
They don't have the mental capacity to find the place to get it.
She needed to be punched in the mouth.
Yeah.
Because first of all, mental capacity is an individual component. It doesn't matter what your size, shape, color, sex. What a stupid statement. But even let's take color completely out of it, and let's just look at it from a socioeconomic standpoint. Poor people need ID more than, like, somebody will vouch for your bona fides if you've got money, but if you're poor and you need any kind of assistance, or you're trying
to have an ID,
everything you do.
That's what I'm saying. If anybody's listening and you can tell me what, as an adult, you can get without having to provide an ID, let me know. Because I can't fucking think of anything.
I can get anything I want if I just break into the store.
Yeah.
Okay.
Legally.
Ramen noodles.
Pretty simple.
Yeah, but you better not need a fucking butane lighter with it. I mean, shit. You better not need to buy propane. You better not need to get fucking gas or use a credit card or anything like that.
Yeah, you're not going to be using a credit card or debit card to pay with it.
That type of bullshit, and it's always the same group of fucktards that says it. Mm-hmm. It's a lie every time they say it. Oh, fuck! It irritates me. All right,
irritates the shit out of me.
We got to go. Bye, guys.
Bye.